Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome back to Extra Innings. I am your host, William Suttle, and I am here with Mark Manfredi. He plays for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. He is a pitcher. Currently, we are at Four Winds Field here in South Bend, Indiana, as they take on the South Bend Cubs. How you doing today, Mark?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great. So glad to have you here on the first time. Love getting new faces on here and getting to talk about baseball, especially when these players are from Ohio.
Yeah.
He is from Highland Heights, Ohio, and attended the University of Dayton. So starting off your college career, you started at Sinclair Community College. Can you kind of touch on how that was a great spot for you to then jump and make that next step to Dayton? How pivotal was that for you to start at Sinclair?
Yeah. So coming out of high school, I had no college offers, and my advisor at the time, he's my agent now. He had an in with Sinclair,
Yep.
and he was just like, "With you, I threw 79 to 81 in high school, so like wasn't really developed. Needed to physically develop, and then like obviously learn how to play the game of baseball." And he thought that going JUCO and going to Sinclair, a pretty prestigious program when it comes to D2 JUCOs, to go there and develop. And so Steve Dinneman, Coach Dins, gave me a chance, and ended up being the Friday guy my second year there. And in the fall, earned a scholarship to the University of Dayton. And without that JUCO span, I never would have had the opportunity to develop and then get to that D1 level.
Especially because if not, you'd be probably doing a 9 to 5 right now.
Yeah,
Something with a college degree, and it's so fascinating because we've had guys on here who got the full ride to D1 or started at JUCO, and some guys who went to college, didn't get drafted, and signed a free agent contract. So it's so interesting for people to watch this. If you're a young baseball player, to know that like it doesn't matter where you start, you can always finish where you want to end up at.
Absolutely.
And then going to Dayton, you are the highest drafted Dayton Flyer. Yeah. So it's all said and done. You're sitting there. You got drafted. I know there's so many emotions, but how does it feel knowing that, middle school, junior high, high school, you did the, Sinclair, you go to Dayton. How did it feel to be like, I made it?
Yeah. So going back on it, I'm a big like write my goals down type of guy.
Yeah.
So going into Dayton, my first year there, I made goals for myself. And one of them was to be the highest draft pick, and it's fun. Yeah. It's funny how it kind of worked out.
It did work out.
And yeah, so I mean, it feels great. It's nice to have my name on that leaderboard for hopefully forever. I mean, I wish the guys the best of luck at the University of Dayton, but I want to be the highest drafted ever. So
who wouldn't want to be?
Yeah,
I mean, that's like you said, that's something that will never change from history.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it was a surreal feeling, and I know my family, and especially my dad, he might be more proud than I am. So.
Well, I mean, hey, especially at the youth level, even in high school too. I mean, driving to practices, the early morning wake-up call. I mean, parents are so influential in getting you there. So, it's like they've made it as well.
Yeah.
They haven't done the work as you have, but they've been there for the work.
Yeah, it's the foundation, it's the financial backing, the spiritual backing, like just like the support that I got from my family is one of the big reasons why I'm here today.
And that's awesome because, like I said, that family is so pivotal to get you to where you want to be.
Yeah.
And now 2024, we're with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. So what have you thought so far this year? I mean, how's it been? You basically skipped Carolina, and now you're here. How have the Midwest hitters? Is it different from what you're used to? Like, what's the acclimation process been like?
Yeah, so I mean, going through like instructs when we first get drafted, we go through like an instruct season, face hitters, like first professional hitters we're facing, and just to get us more acclimated before this season. And I would say my transition is, I mean, for the most part, like pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I feel like the Brewers and myself have prepared me to be ready when it comes to face anything in high A ball, and I feel very comfortable.
And I think they really have done a great job because, I know most players don't dive deep into it until the offseason, but in almost every one of your starts, you are striking out half the batters you face.
Yeah.
So the Brewers are really getting you ready. The staff is getting you ready because, I mean, you're wheeling and dealing.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely tell you're probably more of a strikeout pitcher.
Yes.
With that statistic. So, I mean, it really does show that, like, you've put in the work, you've done, the instrumental, and then the coaches here have really got you ready to face these hitters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, looking into the season, what on a normal day for Mark? Wisconsin's off on a Monday. You're home or whatever. What does the day off for Mark look like? What are you doing that that only Mark and his family would know you're doing?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've never been a big sleeper. A lot of the guys go sleep for 20 hours. I'm usually up at 7:30. I'll just cruise around, go for a drive, maybe get some coffee.
Yep.
I That's when I do my rounds, call my family, call my fiance, check in with my grandparents, and then kind of just hang out. I mean, nothing crazy because
No
with
secret hobbies that Mark has.
no, I mean,
No,
I not really. I mean, I would go fishing. I mean,
that's fair.
golf once in a while, but with me starting on Tuesdays, I'm not.
Yeah.
I would go golf on like a Friday or like a Thursday once a couple of my boys are done pitching.
Yep. Because the
But
last thing you want to do is potentially, do something where you can't
yeah,
pitch. I don't think they
yeah,
like that very much.
exactly. Yeah, and sometimes the golf course gets pretty rowdy, so we wait till after I throw, and then yeah, kind of just hang out. Like nothing. I'm not really an interesting guy. I kind of just stick to my routine
Hey,
and just do what works for me.
Whatever works for
Yeah,
you. Just because some people like to do some things, you just want to be leisurely and have a nice lazy day. That's fine.
yeah,
But it's always interesting because what I don't think a lot of people realize is that yes, you're a baseball player, but guess what? You're a human being.
yeah,
you
yeah.
you also have time to yourself where you could be normal and not have to be in a uniform in a high pressure situation.
Absolutely.
Well, it was great talking to you, Mark. It was so fascinating to get to pick your brain on baseball and who you are as a person. So we wish you nothing but the best of luck for 2024, and we look forward to catching you up here soon.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you very
you.
much.
Yeah, thank you.